This is the soldering equipment that I have. On the left there's a fan. Then there's the Weller soldering iron. This is kind of more of a professional level soldering iron. It gets nice and hot, about 450 degrees, so don't touch it. There's a solder cleaner brush, and there is a little pad to wipe off the tip of the soldering iron. So I have a little bottle of water here that I can use to put water in there. And then we can clean off the tip. It's pretty hot right now. I just been on for a while. And splash it in there for a little bit. Now you can see a nice shiny tip there. Now you can have different tips for this soldering iron. This is a nice pointed tip for small soldering jobs, which is what we have with the motor. You can see here there are more tips, different kinds of tips for different kinds of jobs. So it's a good iron. Okay, so here we have the wire and the motor, and you can see the two motor contacts. We can see the wire has a red insulator and a silver inner core. That is the actual wire. The red insulator is just plastic. And thank you to the manufacturer, Makerfire, for tinning these leads for us. That's very helpful. So I'm going to solder this wire. Like I said, this is going to be the inside. This motor is going to mount on the car like this, with the tire here and the encoder here. So I'm going to solder this red wire on here. There are a couple ways to do it. You can tin this lead, and then you can just solder the wire onto it like this, but you can see the wire, it falls off and it's loose. So I don't recommend doing it that way. The key to a good solder joint is a good mechanical connection. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make a nice good mechanical connection to this lead. So I'm going to put the wire through the hole right there. Now you can see it's coming out the other side of the hole. That's what the hole is for. It's for the wire to go through. So now I'm going to use a pair of nose pliers to twist the wire. I mean, it's a better mechanical connection, but it can still fall out, right? So I'm going to use these nose pliers to bend the wire like this. And now there's no way the wire's falling out, right? So that's a good mechanical connection. So now you can see the motor terminal and the wire. Now you can see the motor terminal and the wire. So I wonder if I can zoom in a little better here. Okay, so now the key to another key, the second key to a good solder joint, is getting both the motor terminal and the wire up to the temperature of the tip of the soldering iron. I've seen people try to solder that haven't done it very much, and they'll just try to put a little bead of solder on, just touch it like that. That's not going to work. You need to get both pieces of metal up to the temperature. So you need to lay the soldering iron against it, let it heat up, and then apply some solder. You don't need a lot of solder, just enough for it to go on both pieces. And so now you can see we have a very good electrical connection, solder connection to the motor.